and good evening. My name's Derek Baxter, and today we're discussing the idea of discrimination against atheism in the workplace. I honestly, I can't for the life of me kind of fathom why anyone would do such a thing anyway. It's of that it's atheism is a completely non-threatening kind of religion. It doesn't espouse anything that resembles like aggression or hate. It's just kind of like, hey, the best way to put it is like they're going, hey, I'm here. This is what I think. I essentially they don't care. Like that's kind of how it seems. Could I be sort of browbeating the idea down a little bit? Maybe, but I'm just trying to exercise a point here. They, I can't fathom why anyone would discriminate against them. They don't harm anything. They like it was an article by Lawton K. Swan and Martin Heesacker in Secularism and Non-Religion that actually kind of explains how most of like the majority of the country actually believes in something or another, mainly a personal god like Christianity or Judaism or Islam suggests there being, and maybe not my personal belief system, but still, even I believe in something of that nature. So the thing I'm pointing out is that people with that sort of a religious belief are the majority. And yet, for some insane reason, these people who I've confessed the religions that are like this should actually, from what I remember as a child, they actually sort of espouse peace between groups, and yet somehow we've ended up where they do the exact opposite. If you have anything against what they believe, it's like, no, you're not allowed. Like, it's wild and kind of insane. And anyone who's in any sort of position of power that is, in fact, a atheist or non-religious person in general, it tends to get looked down upon heavily. One of the another part of I believe it was that article actually covered part of that, and so did another one in was it social and political exclusion? An article written by Matthew R. Miles, who's from Brigham Young University. He explained that in there himself, how like religion and the public are kind of tied together very closely. So, I mean, I understand a little bit, but at the same time, no. We can't have we can't have like both things where it's like where everyone who believes in a certain way is all good. Yet at the same time, if anyone believes in anything different, it's like persecute. That's not cool. I I don't know why this topic's actually getting to me like it is, but it is. I don't understand. But for some reason or another, people in that kind of a position tend to be shown in a like tend to be treated in a very prejudicial way. I mean, they get they are very rarely given any sort of power. If they have it, they're frequently forced out of it in some way, shape, or form for the flimsiest of reasons. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like like they that same article by Matthew Miles actually explains how religion basically is itself a double-edged sword in that it enables people to have sort of a civic virtue, I believe is how he phrased it, and that's a great thing for a society. But at the same time, for some insane reason, it actually causes people to limit the opportunities for others. I don't get why that is a thing. I in reading the articles, it still doesn't make sense. Like I don't understand how that can be a thing. They're just they're like you and I. They're just people. So why why that's a thing is beyond my understanding. They, in all likelihood, it's probably one of the oldest forms of religion, and that is explained in the Journal of Contemporary Religion. I'd list off all the names, but I'm that is explained in the Journal of Contemporary Religion. It actually says outright that atheism predates Christianity and is probably as old as the belief in God, a God, or gods themselves is, because various forms of religion have been around for hundreds of years at least, like, well, centuries have been like, religions in any form have been around for centuries at least, probably since the dawn of the modern man, in all honesty. And that same article explains how a prejudicial attitude has been kind of geared towards those people ever since the term was first developed, as it explains in the article how the word was used to describe at one point one's enemies. It was basically made as a discriminatory label. Perhaps there'd be a way to adjust the term to be less hateful or something. I can only make suppositions. I'd hope there'd be a way to fix it.